You think they forgot. That is the thing most parents hold on to get through the hard moments. They are too young to remember. They will not carry this. It was one bad day and tomorrow they will be fine. But neuroscience just quietly dismantled that entire belief system, and the specific moments your child is storing, the ones being written permanently into the architecture of who they are becoming, are almost never the ones you would predict. By the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly what your child is keeping and why. And stay with me, because the fourth reason on this list is the one that changes every parent who hears it completely. You will not see your ordinary days the same way after this. Here is what most parenting conversations get completely wrong about childhood memory. They focus on the dramatic moments, the big fights, the significant failures, the events significant enough to remember. But your child's brain does not store memories the way a camera stores photographs. It does not capture complete scenes in chronological order with equal weight given to each one. It stores emotional residue, the feeling left behind after an experience, rather than the experience itself. Which means the moments your child is actually keeping are not necessarily the moments anything important happened. They are the moments something was felt, deeply, repeatedly, in the body before the mind had language for it. And the moments that leave the deepest residue are almost never the ones parents spend their energy worrying about. The first reason your child remembers what you think they have forgotten is because the brain's emotional memory system, the amygdala, does not have an age requirement. It does not wait until your child is old enough to consciously recall something before it decides whether to store it. Experiences that carry strong emotional charge get filed at a biological level that exists completely separately from conscious recall. Your child will not be able to tell you at 30 that they remember the afternoon you sat on the bathroom floor with them while they cried about something you could not fix. But their nervous system will have stored that afternoon as evidence about whether the world responds to their pain or abandons them in it. They will not remember it as a story. They will live it as a truth, one they never questioned because it was written in before they had the capacity to question anything. The second reason is one that stops parents the moment they truly hear it. Your child does not only remember what happened to them, they remember what happened inside you while it was happening to them. Children are extraordinarily precise readers of adult internal states, not the states adults perform, the ones they actually inhabit. When you were present with them, your child felt a quality of attention that registered as safety in their nervous system. When you were physically there but mentally elsewhere, your child felt a different quality, something that registered not as abandonment, but as a quiet uncertainty about their own worthiness of full attention. They will not remember which Tuesday it was, but they will carry an accumulation of those Tuesdays as a felt sense of whether they are interesting enough, important enough, worth the full version of the people who love them. That accumulation does not come from one distracted afternoon. It comes from the pattern, and patterns are exactly what childhood memory specializes in keeping. The third reason is the one nobody writes parenting books about because it makes everyone uncomfortable. Your child remembers the moments you were genuinely happy, not because of them, not performing happiness for them, but simply and authentically happy in their presence. A parent singing in the kitchen to nobody in particular, a parent laughing at something unexpected, a parent lying on the grass and actually looking at the sky instead of at a screen. These moments register in a child's memory with unusual intensity because they are rare, because they are unperformed, because in those moments the child experienced something they spend most of their childhood trying to earn, a parent who was fully present in their own life and allowed the child to exist alongside that aliveness rather than being responsible for producing it. Children who accumulate these memories grow up with a fundamentally different relationship to joy. They know joy is something that happens naturally in ordinary moments, not something that has to be achieved or deserved. The fourth reason, the one that changes parents. Your child remembers every single time you were wrong and stayed wrong. Not the times you lost your patience, not the times you made a mistake. Those are human, and children are extraordinarily forgiving of human. what stays, what gets written into the permanent record in a way that shapes how your child understands power, relationships, and their own right to be heard, is the pattern of what happened after you were wrong. Did you stay wrong to protect your authority? Did you rewrite the story to make yourself the reasonable one? Did you speak over their experience of what happened until they began to doubt it? Children whose parents consistently modeled staying wrong learned something deeply damaging about relationships. They learned that love requires the smaller person to absorb the error of the larger one in silence. They will carry that lesson into every relationship they will ever have, and they will be in their 30s before they understand where it came from. The fifth reason is the most tender and the least expected. Your child remembers the moments you chose them over something you knew you wanted. Not the obligatory choices, not the things you were supposed to do anyway. The moments where something you actually wanted was visible, and then you quietly set it down and turned towards them instead. The work call you ended early, the event you didn't go to, the thing you were in the middle of that you closed without making them feel like the interruption. Children notice these moments with a precision that astonishes researchers who study them. They don't always name them, they rarely thank you for them, but they file them under "I matter. I am worth the sacrifice of real things." And that filing, that quiet accumulation of evidence that they are worth choosing, becomes the foundation of their self-worth in a way that no amount of verbal reassurance ever fully replicates. The sixth reason is one that lives in the body more than the mind. Your child remembers the specific physical experiences of being with you that felt safe. Not significant physical contact, ordinary physical presence, the particular way you smelled when they were small and frightened and you held them, the specific weight and warmth of lying against you while something loud and scary played on a screen, the texture of your hand holding theirs in a situation that felt too big. These sensory memories are stored in a part of the brain that never fully ages. They remain accessible in the adult body in moments of extreme stress or vulnerability, not as conscious memories, but as physical states the body returns to when it needs to remember what safe felt like. You are not just a parent to your child, you are a sensory reference point for safety that your body will return to for the rest of your life. The seventh reason contains all the others inside it. Your child remembers the ordinary days, not the holidays, not the birthdays, not the carefully constructed special moments you planned and photographed and hoped would be the ones they kept, the ordinary, unremarkable Tuesday afternoons that neither of you marked or noticed or thought to preserve. The ones where nothing happened except that you were together and the quality of that togetherness was warm and unhurried and real. These are the days that become the texture of childhood, the background against which everything else is measured. And the parents who gave their children good, ordinary days, not perfect days, not exceptional days, just warm and present and real ordinary days, gave them something no amount of extraordinary moments can manufacture. They gave them a childhood that felt like home. And that feeling, that simple, unspectacular, irreplaceable feeling, is the one your child will spend the rest of their life trying to find their way back to. Drop a comment and tell me, what is one ordinary moment from your own childhood that you still carry and never expected to keep? I read every single one, and this conversation is one I genuinely look forward to. And if this made you want to be more present in the unremarkable moments, subscribe, because next week we are going into the words children need to hear before age 7 and why some of them can never be said too late. You will not want to miss that one.